This is FXPassion broadcasting you live on YouTube. Hello King of Swing. How are you? Hello Miguel, hello Annie. Everybody, this is Forex Trading Course 101 and we are in the Forex Trading Week when we are trying to implement what we have learned so far. Remember the three pillars. What are we trying to do here is to build the three pillars. Pillar number one is the strategy and or the system. Pillar number two is the risk management, and pillar number three is the big one, which is the psychology part. And what do beginner champion traders say? Talking about psychology, beginner champion traders say, I am not going to live and die on a trade by trade basis. And of course this is a quote from Mark Douglas, and I have my own quote on the left. Everybody, when the market scares you, don't be afraid to do the right thing, right? When you lose one, you lose twice, you lose three times, maybe 4, 5, 6, and then finally the setup comes, right? Your rules are telling you enter the market and good morning gurus velhos, you are the guru, not me. Como está o senhor hoje? Anyway, everybody, when the right setup comes around, you know, from your strategy, from your system, we don't enter, do we? Because we got afraid. And remember, 90% of traders lose money in the Forex market worldwide, and the webinars are not trading or investment advice, everybody, especially in the Forex Trading Week. And for homeworks or questions, you have my Gmail contact, my Skype contact, and my LinkedIn contact. That being said, let's jump to the live markets, everybody. Now, tomorrow is non-farm payroll, everybody. The question is, how are you going to trade the USD pairs? Any idea, everybody? Tomorrow is non-farm payroll. It's news day. How are you going to trade the USD pairs? Kingo Swing, Miguel, Enis, Uelios, Aske. How are you going to trade tomorrow? Let's get rid of most of the things. How are you going to trade the USD pairs, everybody? And euro dollar daily chart, USDJPY daily chart, GBP USD daily chart, USDCHF daily chart, NZD USD daily chart, AUD USD daily chart. Everybody, how are you going to trade tomorrow? Those are the daily charts. Are we missing some of them? Let me see. Are we missing some of them? Where is the USD? USD CAD, of course. USD CAD, and we are done. So USD CAD is missing. So one more. USD CAD, USDCHF, USD CAD, NZD USD, AUD, NZD, GBP USD, USDJPY, Euro dollar. There we go, everybody. Straddle technique, says Miguel. Why if you don't want to straddle, everybody? Why if you don't want to new straight? Let's learn something today, huh? What do you say, everybody? If you don't want to straddle on the 15-minute chart, what can you do tomorrow? It's an easy question, everybody, because you should have a bias on all of these currency pairs. King of Swing, Miguel, Ennis, Zuelius, how are you trading Euro Dollar? How are you trading USDCHF? How are you trading USD How are you trading NZD USD, everybody? How are you trading AUD USD? How are you trading the USD pairs in general? Are you long term on these pairs? Are you maybe short long term on these pairs? Are you long short term on these pairs? Or maybe you are short term on these pairs? Tomorrow, after the 7th hour, everybody, the news effect is over. Either way, how are you going to trade the US dollar tomorrow? Anybody? Any idea? Tomorrow, hello Christian, tomorrow non-farm payroll, everybody, doesn't matter to the long-term direction. So everybody, should you be long on the euro dollar or short long term? Should you be long on USDCHF or short long term? Should you be long on USD CAD or short long term? Should you be long or short on NZD USD long term? Should you be long or short on USDJPY long term? Should you be long or short on GBP USD long term? And the last one, should you be long term or short long term on AUD USD? Long term view, everybody, it's not affected from the news. Watch the market in the higher time frame, like 4 hour. Zuelius, can you be more specific? What currency pair are you referring to and what is your long term view? Passion, I don't understand. Okay. Everybody, if this is NZD CAD structure, okay, this is NZD CAD structure, this is the downtrend line on NZD CAD, okay, and we are here. Is the news release, any news release, is the news release relevant? So this is the question. Let's try to learn something today. If the NZD CAD structure is down on the monthly, is the news going to affect the structure? Everybody, this is the live market. This is the live market. NZD CAD is positioned like this, and there is news coming out from New Zealand or maybe Canada. Is the news going to affect the structure? It's a yes or no question, everybody. Try to think, is the news going to affect the structure? Yes, no? What do you think? And it doesn't matter, non-farm payroll, unemployment change, central bank interest rate, you know? What do you think? Zuelius, Christian, Miguel, any King of Swing. Is the news going to affect the structure? It's a yes or no question. You can say yes, you can say no, you can say I don't know. The news won't affect the structure. So what is your trading direction? Miguel says no. Annie says no. See everybody, it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. So if you understand this, everybody, then how are you going to trade the US dollar tomorrow? With the news coming out, which is the non-farm payroll. And you don't want to straddle, you don't want to news trade. You can say, oh, I'm not a news trader, so you don't need to be a news trader to make money tomorrow, everybody. How are you going to trade euro dollar, USDJPY, GBP USD, USDCHF, USD CAD, NZD USD, AUD USD? Short, long term, what currency pair? Hello, Regan. Zuelius, no. No. Zuelius, my friend, no. Let me find the chart, USDJPY. Okay, so we said no, right? The new USD CAD structure is down on the monthly. Is the news going to affect the structure? No. Now, we are here, everybody. Let's clone. Okay, now everybody else, but especially you, Zuelius, if the NZD CAD short-term trend is down on the 1 to 4 hour chart, everybody, if the NZD CAD short-term trend is down, is the on the 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour chart, is the news going to affect? I need to going to affect the short-term trend. You asked for NZD CAD, so I said short, long term for this pair. Great. Now everybody, I'm teaching you on NZD CAD because it's a mindset, and try to translate what you know to the USD pair tomorrow, to USD pairs. So let's go step by step. We are here, and the question is number 1, is the NZD CAD structure, if the NZD CAD structure is down on the monthly, is the news going to affect the structure? But Zueli is saying on the smaller time frame. Well, the same question goes in here. If the NZD CAD short-term trend is down on the 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour chart, is the news going to affect the short-term downtrend? Zuelius, what do you think? And everybody else? King, Regan, you just entered. So we are talking about tomorrow. Okay, we are talking about tomorrow, and tomorrow is the non-farm payroll day, which is the news event. And the question was, let's try to learn something today. And the question is, how are you going to trade the non-farm payroll tomorrow? How are you going to trade the USD pairs tomorrow? And Miguel said, well, I'm going to straddle. And I said, yes, sure. But what if I don't want to straddle? What if I'm not a news trader? What if I don't like news trading? What if I don't understand news trading? You know, how are we going to still make money tomorrow? And the next question was, what is your bias? What is your direction? And everybody stayed quiet, so I started asking questions, you know. It's a mindset, everybody. It's how you think. And you have the first question. Is the NZD-CAD structure, if the NZD-CAD structure is down on the monthly, is the news going to affect the structure? And it doesn't matter the news. Employment rate, central bank interest decision, you know, Powell is speaking, Lagarde is speaking, whatever, you know. So the question number one, is the news going to affect the structure? And then Zuelius said, well, I'm going to go on the smaller time frame. Now we have the same. You know, we are looking at the same currency pair from a different time frame, and we have the same question. If the NZD-CAD short-term trend is down on the 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour chart, is the news going to affect the short-term trend? Everybody? Zuelius, good morning. What is your answer? Okay, you can say 1 no, 2 no, you can say 1 yes, 2 no, you can say 1 no, 2 yes. You have 2 questions, everybody. This is question number 1 here, and clone. This is the second question, question number 2. And then we are going to go to the back to the original question. How are you going to trade, everybody, the USD pairs tomorrow? Everybody? Zuelius says number 1 no, 2 yes. And he say no effect on the monthly, perhaps on the short-term trend. So if you are not going to straddle, everybody, is it better to trade tomorrow? What is better, you know? We want to make money, right? What is better? Is it better to stay out of the market, perhaps, on the short-term trend? What do you think, everybody? Remember, everybody, there is no right or wrong. So back to the original question, how are you going to trade? Or let's make it easier, everybody. Let's make a poll. Who in here, everybody, tomorrow is going to straddle? Everybody? Who in here is going to straddle and who in here is not going to straddle but still trade tomorrow? Christian says, if you are not a news trader, you better stay out of the market for a few hours. Not true. Not true, everybody. Christian, look at the question number 1. If the NZDK structure is down on the monthly, is the news going to affect the structure? And you said no. Why should you stay out of the market for a few hours? Everybody? What do you think? I trade tomorrow. Which one? Are you going to trade any structure or the news trades, values, or trade structure if your account allows? Well, you have different patterns. This is just an example, values. Everybody, how do you think? How do you think? Do you think like Christian, that is saying if you are not a news trader, you better stay out of the market? Or should you be trading tomorrow even though you are not going to news trade? And remember, there is not right or wrong. I won't stay out of the market, I just recommend. Well, why would you recommend, Christian, to everybody else if the news is not going to affect market structure, maybe the market wave on the daily, weekly and monthly, you know, why would you recommend everybody to stay out? What you are going to do? Are you going to news trade tomorrow or are you going to trade some other strategy? Everybody, the time is passing. We have 30 more minutes. Still the same question. How are you going to trade the USD pairs tomorrow? Okay, let's move further. Okay, let's start Euro Dollar daily chart. Okay, we're going to do this for all the pairs, everybody. If you are not straddling what you should be trading tomorrow, long or short, and what pattern, huh? What pattern? Euro dollar first, and we're going to do this for all the pairs. What do you say? Tomorrow it's non-farm payroll. What should be your long-term view of the market? On the no, don't mix apples with bananas. We are talking about the daily chart. Don't mix apples with bananas, everybody. We are talking about the daily chart, not the monthly, not the weekly. I'm going to news trade on the 15-minute chart tomorrow based on what you teach us. Okay, what if you don't want to news trade, everybody? What is euro dollar long term, long or short, on the daily chart? Trade what you see. What is this pair, long term? Short. Why short? Why short? Extension, retracement, extension. Why should be short long term on the daily chart? Don't mix apples with bananas. Why short? Long term is long. Great. Great. So tomorrow, if the news is going to be good for the dollar, the market is going to do something like this, right? But as we clarify to you, hopefully, this is not going to affect the long-term view. Right? King of swing, why short? So how are we going to trade this tomorrow? And it says long, right? Oh, but the market, how many of you, everybody's thinking right now, oh, but the market is making lower lows, lower highs. How many of you are thinking right now, oh, but the market is making lower lows, lower highs? Come on, let's be honest here. How many of you are thinking, oh, but it's making lower lows, lower highs? King of swing, euro dollar already crowned. Don't mix apples and bananas. Everybody. Question again, maybe we don't understand each other. What is the long-term view? King of swing. What is the long-term view? Crowns are reversals patterns, okay, and are not showing you the long-term view. Those are reversals. I'm not saying that you are wrong, I'm just telling you that you are mixing apples with bananas. Everybody, how many of you are thinking, oh yes, let's go long term? And some of you are screaming, oh, but the market is making lower lows, lower highs. How many of you are thinking like this, everybody? And it says, I see a confirmed uptrend. Yes, ma'am. If you have enough money to put stop loss in the structure. Yes, sir. So, everybody, is it anything wrong if I enter the market and if I put a stop loss here? Is it anything wrong? And the even more important question, is the news going to affect my stop loss from the daily chart? Well, maybe yes, maybe not, you know, we don't have the crystal ball, but most likely, is the news going to affect my stop loss? Most likely, you know. And if the news going to affect your stop loss on the short-term trade tomorrow, if it's going to be good for the dollar. And this is, everybody, this is huge difference in mindset, huge difference in trading, huge difference in here. Which one? Now there is no right or wrong. You can straddle, yes sir. You can use trade, yes sir, but some of you don't like or don't understand the straddle and you prefer to stay out. And I'm telling you, there is no need to stay out. King of Swing, I'm shorting the market in advance, going to hold the news tomorrow. Great strategy. Short term is short, long term is long. On the daily chart, right? Not on the monthly, not on the weekly, but on the daily. Yes, it will affect your stop loss. Which one? The short-term trend stop loss or the market structure or the market wave? Extension or retracement extension? Everybody? So this is euro dollar, right? The long-term view on the daily, don't mix apples with bananas, the long-term view on the daily is long. Okay, it's long and maybe it's also sideways, right? But we touch the lower band, so we touch the lower band, so where is the clone? Maybe we're here too, you know. But the long-term view on the daily chart is long, right? Okay, this is one. Next, USDJPY. What is the long-term view on the USDJPY? This is the chart. Everybody, what about USDJPY? What is the long-term view? Everybody? So what is the market doing? Something like this, right? Maybe we are in a down channel, right? You know, something like this, I don't know. Right? And we are here, this is past support. You know? How are you, if you're not going to news trade, how are you going to trade USDJPY on the daily chart? Either way, what you shouldn't do, everybody, don't put your stop loss up in here or down in here, because the market is going to stop you out. See, everybody, how different patterns have different rules, and different patterns have different stop losses, and how easy it is to lose money in the market if you don't know what you are doing. Long term is short, it depends where you are. If you are here, it's not short long term, and if you are here, it's not short long term, and if you are here, it's not short long term, and if you are up in here, it's not long term, And if you are up in here, it's not long term. See everybody how easy is to lose pips and money in the market? If you don't know what you are doing. But on the other side, it's not that difficult either, you know? You just need to be clear on the big picture, because why is that? The news is not going to affect the big picture. You need 3 to 4 consecutive news events, everybody, to change something. But one from one to the other is not. Passion, I don't believe you. Great. Go back in time and check the relevant news releases on every currency pair and check how the news was affecting the big pictures. What you're going to see, it didn't affect. Everybody, we need a weekly view. You don't need a weekly view. You don't need the weekly view, everybody. Don't mix apples with bananas. Why not? Because if you have a channel on the daily and if you have a channel on the weekly, those are two different patterns with different stop loss levels. You don't need the weekly view. Daily it's enough. See everybody, talking about patterns, you have here double bottom, right? Bottom. You have double bottom, okay? Alright? If you are going long or short on this double bottom, is the news going to affect your stop loss? Yes or no? Everybody, is the news going to affect your stop loss on this double bottom? Non-farm payroll is strong news. Still, it doesn't change anything. Yes, it's strong, but it doesn't change the fact that it's not going to affect structure. Those are statistical facts. Yeah, until now, maybe in the future something's going to change. We don't know, right? We don't have the crystal ball. Now let's focus here, everybody. Maybe you are trading these double bottoms. Is the news going to affect those double bottoms? And you have double tops too, right? Is the news going to affect tomorrow those double tops and double bottoms? It's a yes or no question. See everybody, this is the mindset, and this is what it's the learnable skill that professional traders have. Professional traders are skilled enough to see this one and this one. And if they don't like the news trade, and if they don't understand news trading, whatever the reason, they know what to do. And this is why they are winning more than they are losing. They know that trading tomorrow, the double tops or double bottoms is going to have a different effect than trading the sideways down channel. Can you understand this, everybody? Do you understand this? Tomorrow, if I'm going to put the stop loss here up or above the double tops and double bottoms, I'm going to have a totally different result than if I'm putting my stop loss above or below the sideways down channel. Can you understand this? Do you understand this, everybody? No effect on double bottom. King of swing, yes. Zuelio says no. Christian, what do you think? Reagan, what do you think? Miguel, what do you think? And everybody else in here, what do you think? Zuelius and Annie say no, it's not going to affect the double tops, double bottoms. King of swing is saying yes, it is going to affect. Anybody else? Everybody. Number 2. If the NZD short-term trend is down on the 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour chart, is the news going to affect the short-term trend? Now translate this mindset into this situation. Is the news tomorrow most likely going to affect the double tops, double bottoms? Yeah, we don't have the crystal ball, the market can do anything it wants, but most likely. And this is the mindset, this is the skill. Your chat box is against me. It's not, Miguel. Did you see yesterday's recording? Your comments do not appear. Miguel, your comments do not appear. Maybe YouTube is against you, you know, but most likely it's the Apple. King of swing, we're going to get stopped out, teacher. Christian, the double bottom top will be affected by so we have two traders are saying no, it's not going to be affected. 2 traders are saying yes, it is going to be affected. Most likely, right? We need one more, everybody. Let's see if the majority understands or not. We need one more. One more. Okay, and in the meantime, let's go to USDCHF daily chart. How are you going to trade this one tomorrow? If it's not a straddle, if it's not news trading, what are you going to do? This is the daily chart. We are getting stopped out on double pattern. Congratulations. So the majority, Annie and Zuelius, most likely tomorrow the news is going to affect the double tops or double bottoms. Most likely. Why is that? Because this is the short-term pattern. It's a short-term trend, short-term pattern. Double bottom is a long-term effect. Yes and no, Annie. It depends when you have it. If you have a double bottom on the 15-minute chart, it's no long-term effect. If you have a double bottom on the 1 hour time frame, you know, it doesn't have a long-term effect. The same goes to crowns. Everybody, the smaller the time frame, the less the long-term effect. And we've learned this. Miguel says double bottom will be affected. Yes, sir, most likely. Most likely. So, how can I win this market tomorrow on USDJPY? You know, it doesn't really matter, everybody, long or short, but put your stop loss above or below the down sideways channel. This is the answer. Okay, and as well you said, if you can, you know, if you don't have enough capital, well, just trade something different. And just quickly, everybody, because we are almost at the end USDCHF. How are we going to trade this currency pair tomorrow? What is the long-term view? It's long-term, or it's short long-term? I have noticed then if it goes between 800 to 1000, if not more pips up or down depending on the news. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Short term. Great. Short term. So this is the pivot point area, right? Something like this. Right? So this currency pair tomorrow, everybody, if you don't want to straddle the 15 minutes, this currency pair is long term. Long term. Stop loss down here. Okay? But there is about 40 days between the tops. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a you must understand that this is most likely. We don't have the crystal ball, but you need to trade with probabilities with you. You know? So if I have a chance of being stopped out, and everybody else, why would you enter the market here and put those stop loss levels? Everybody, this is maybe the most important thing that I'm going to tell you today and trying to teach you and trying to explain you. When you have a probability of being stopped out and you are putting on the trade, you are making a trader's mistake. Passion, can you repeat? Yes, sir. If you have a great chance of being stopped out, talking about probabilities, and you are going to put the trade anyway, this is a trader's mistake. This is your mistake, this is my mistake, this is a trader mistake. Can you understand this, everybody? Yes, there is no right or wrong, the market can do anything it wants, but exactly because of this, it's a probability game. For a lack of a better word, it's not a game, it's a job and it's work and everything, you know. And he says, I see. Okay, everybody, our time is up. Today is Thursday. We're going to see tomorrow what is going to happen with the non-farm payroll. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tomorrow. We're going to talk about funding you. Okay, so which one is 1, 2, 3? If you are losing time and money, and if you are not capitalizing on the trading opportunities, and if you are missing entries and setups, you might consider trading with a professional charting software. Next generation, and take advantage of technology. And no, it's not a platform. JForex is both. It's a software and it's great and it's a platform. But still, everybody, if you are missing entries and setups, you might consider to add something to your toolbox. Okay, the bottom line is this: if your way is not working, why don't you try ours?